Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, at the outset, I'd like to thank you for admitting this important short duration discussion.
You have 15 minutes at your disposal to do.
Sir, pertaining to the safety and security of the people in the state, sir. Sir, it is the duty of this August House to ensure that every citizen of the state gets priority in terms of his or her safety and security. At the same time, sir, it is also the duty of the state and of this August House to ensure that the economic interests of the state is also protected. So, as we stand here today, we have with us very dismal figures in terms of the state security. I have data from the National Crime Records Bureau, where we are the third highest amongst the northeastern states on crimes against women. 2019, 558 incidents, 2020, 568 incidents, 2021, 685 incidents. So, Meghalaya ranks second amongst the northeastern states in terms of crimes against children, with 481 cases recorded in 2021 alone. And they have been increasing. 2019, 379 incidents, 2020, 415 incidents, and as I said, 2021, 481 cases. So, in terms of economic offences, we are the second highest amongst the northeastern states. In 2018, we saw 257 incidents, and in 2021, we saw 385 cases of economic offences. So there are still 74 cases which are environmentally related offences that are pending investigation. So we have seen that there has been a rise, 22.7 increase in the crimes against women, a 27% increase in the crimes against children since 2019. So these figures speak about the current law and order scenario across the states, especially against women and children, where we've been ranked at second and third amongst the small states of the Northeast. I think no one of us will be proud, sir, with such figures, and it will be a collective endeavor to ensure that these crimes are kept in check and the culprits are booked as per law, and we should see that the cases are expedited across the state. The delay in the investigation of the cases has created in the minds of people that no matter what, if we commit any crime, the law is slow, the investigation process is slow, so they keep on committing crimes after crimes. On the first day of this session, sir, the government had tabled the report on the killing of late Chesterfield Thankhiu. If it can be surmised in the words of the Commission of Inquiry, there was a thoughtless and excessive use of force, quote unquote. A reckless exercise, quote, by the state police, which led to the death of late Chesterfield Thankhiu. So people, after seeing the report, they are demanding justice. and action against the culprits. The people are questioning also the authority as to who had sent the team, whether there was a criminal conspiracy behind the killing of Chesterfield Thangkeo. As opposition, sir, we demand that an independent inquiry be conducted to find the culprits and the motive behind the killing of Chesterfield Thangkeo, sir. Sir, the people are not anymore surprised with the number of coal trucks that are tumbling across the state, sir. In spite of the fact that there's a ban on the transportation of coal, but then people are seeing that these trucks are turning turtle everywhere. So, people are questioning the involvement of these high levels and low levels. It has become household talk. Illegalities all across. And it seems that youth are being encouraged to take part in this loot of the state's exchequer, the state's resources. Can we be proud of this, sir? Can this august house be proud that the state's economy is being looted? Sir, the Honorable CM the other day was saying that the government is working late nights to resolve issues of the state. Sir, if good things are being done, we appreciate them, because people expect that each and every one of us should work 24/7, burn the midnight oil to ensure that our state's interests are protected. But what about the illegalities that are happening? What about the illegalities? Will the government also be taking responsibilities for them? So, in Khasi there's a saying. We say, Le habashit habashai. Means, whatever we do, we should do transparently, openly, in the broad knowledge, in the knowledge of the people. We cannot do things hiddenly in the middle of the night. So, what our forefathers have said through these words remains etched in the minds of the people. That stops them from committing crimes, that stops them from doing anything that is harmful to their fellow human being, stops them from taking law into their own hands, that stops them from doing anything illegal or anything that is without the consent or which is not as per law. So, the delay in the police recruitment has left the entire police force handicapped. Yes, we know the problems. The roster system has again created another hurdle and delay. We are all aware of it. But at the same time, all the illegalities that are happening, the unmanageable traffic, the cases that are not being investigated or being delayed due to lack of personnel, this is creating a lot of problems for the state, sir. Our youths are also asking for the results. Maybe in the course of the reply of the Honorable Minister, maybe we can get some clarity as to perhaps if any timeline has been set for this, so that at least we can lay to rest the questions that are coming from the youths and the ones who have applied for these posts. So the threat of infiltration. Time and again, this august house has spoken and discussed about the infiltration issues that are occurring across the state. So there are rumors The other day, when we had discussed with some people, we were there in the middle of the city, we were discussing about Rohingyas. People say that they have spotted Rohingyas also in Shillong city. Is it true? Do we need to further go into such kind of rumors so that at least people will feel safe and secure? Sir, the intelligence network needs to be strengthened. Considering all these illegalities that are happening across the state, especially the dismal figures in terms of the state security against our women and children, and the threat of infiltration. And just the other month, we saw how Assam is also being threatened by several kind of groups that are trying to infiltrate Assam and also the other northeastern states. The state security, sir, is a major concern. We are thankful that the government had moved ahead with the launching of the website for the MRSSA, even though delayed, but yes, a step forward, always appreciated. But then, sir, why only 7 localities? Why wait for the information technology to take us forward? Our books, our registers, our paperwork can go ahead and we can sensitize our headmen, our Nokmas. We can sensitize our traditional institutions on how to keep records of people who have come and resided in their villages and in their localities. People who have come from outside, if they are renting any place, why do we have to delay that registration process? So we cannot allow information technology. It's like putting the cart before the bullock. It will take time for people to understand, to give them the training and the expertise on how to upload data, on how to put in the information. But then the traditional system of recording data is there to help us out. We need to ensure that these provisions that have been laid in the MRSSA, they are implemented on the ground, people are sensitized, and all the stakeholders are brought on board in quick time. Because the threat of infiltration that is there and the detected and non-detected cases would be coming to the fore, would be coming over ground if we have the stakeholders like headmen, Nokmas, and other traditional institutions to be part of the entire process. Sir, the state has just reeled out itself from tumultuous years of militancy. Youths have been brought out of that period where they could not celebrate Independence Day or Republic Day. It was difficult. Our leaders in the past have ensured that our state grows from time to time. We should be proud of the 50 years of legacy that has been handed over to us. But then these illegalities that again threatens our state security, the future of our youths, the safety of our children and our women, these should be kept in check. We are all here to give our support. We are all here to give our feedback. We are all here to give information to the government if they require. But at the same time, sir, a collective responsibility that is required to ensure that traditional institutions, stakeholders, women and children, women groups, youth groups, they are all part and parcel of this process and this growth. That needs to be thought of. The drug abuse, the unemployment, the job security that youths are looking at. This, if it's threatening the safety and security of the state and also the future for youths, we therefore need to pull up our socks and at the same time ensure that our state's future is safeguarded through the safety of its citizens and our beloved people, sir. So with these few submissions, sir, I thank you for the time given. I resume my seat, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, thank you so much for the time given to me to participate in this short duration discussion raised by Honorable MLA from Umroi, Sri George Lyngdoh, sir. So before I begin, can I ask a question to the House and to the government whether our women and children are safe? Whether they are safe, sir. This concerns the security of women and children we are talking of. We just heard from the Honorable MLA Umroi giving the statistics about the rate of crime against women. So this is increasing by the day, and we do not know where it's going to stop. So women are being murdered mercilessly, children are being abused, and it is going on, sir. We understand there is a security system in the state which is supposed to provide that kind of security, that kind of assurance to the citizens of the state. But sadly, sir, it is not happening. I am a member of the Women Empowerment Committee, sir. I am privy to many reports of how women are being killed. There are instances in Jaintia Hills where there have been instances of women being murdered. There are instances of children being subjected to sexual abuse. And the rise in POCSO cases in the state indicates the number of cases and abuse on our young children, young girls. Prosecution is slow, sir, and I'd like to bring it to the notice of the government that the forensic lab that we have in the state needs to be modernized and upgraded, sir, because to charge sheet an accused, they have to send the materials of evidence all the way to Hyderabad or to Calcutta, for that matter, to the forensic lab. When we have a forensic lab in the state, I think we need to modernize it, equip it, and make it more functional. So the increase in the use of drugs and substance abuse is a major concern of the society, sir. And more young people are getting involved in this evil, which is causing a social evil, sir. I would like to appeal to the general public, to the families, to the Darbar Shinongs, and also to the police, that all of us should come hand in hand together to root out this social menace. So coming to a very important issue. So the operation carried out by the Meghalaya police at the house of the late Chesterfield Thank You in the wee hours of 13th August 2021 has caused widespread disruption of public order and had become a matter of public importance. So the government had constituted a one-man commission of inquiry to inquire into the death of the late Chesterfield Thank You. So the findings of the commission was that the tactical team number 1 in carrying out the operation to arrest late Chesterfield Thank You at his residence on the 13th of August 2021 was, and that too at about 3 a.m. in the morning, sir, was culpable of thoughtless and excessive use of force, which resulted in the death of the late Chesterfield Thank You, which turned out to have been avoidable, sir. this incident could have been avoided. So the mission of the operation was to capture late Chesterfield, thank you, alive, not to be killed. So had the police operation been delayed by 2 hours, instead of 3 a.m., had they conducted it at 5 a.m., so as to let the daylight emerge, the whole story would have been totally different, sir. Late Chesterfield would have been still alive and apprehended. The safety of the family members of the house who are innocent could have been secured. This senseless and brutal use of force by the state police is a blot on the Meghalaya police, who are known to be the most elite, most disciplined and people-friendly force. Meghalaya police used to stand out to be one of the best force in the northeastern states. This force had also built wonderful rapport with the general public over the years. But in the last few years, this force has kept itself busy by indulging itself in activities that are not part of the policing job, sir. Please note down this, sir. Not part of the policing job, and they have been actively involved for other activities. In the process, the people have lost their faith and trust on the police force. People have started to resort to take law into their hands. Mob lynching is one of the examples, sir. The recent mob lynching in Gentia Hills is a stark example of the people losing their faith in the police force. When criminals are caught and supposedly to be kept in police custody or in the jail, such people escape in broad daylight in collusion with the guards of the jail. Obviously, sir, people will lose their faith and trust in the force. And that is why, sir, when they found these people in the midst of the jungle, about 4,000 to 5,000 people came out and killed those people, because they know that these people will never be in the jail. So similarly, coming back to the Maulai incident, the way late Chesterfield, thank you, was killed by the police was a part of criminal conspiracy, I say. He was not an active militant, having sophisticated weapons in his hands, that he could be shot down instantly. And after his surrender, he was a family man. Raiding a residential house should have been done before dark or at dawn, not during the night. The police personnel should have used night vision devices. An ambulance with a medical team should have accompanied the raiding team. However, after the commission had submitted its report with its findings, we expected some action from the government. The government is silent. The government is yet to take any action against those who are involved and part of the tactical team number 1. Not even an explanation call has been issued to these people in compliance to the findings of the one-man commission report. I demand that penal action be taken against those who killed Chesterfield, thank you, and justice should be done. People of the state, people of Meghalaya are looking up to the government for justice.
Honorable member, you have 1 minute.
Sir, I'll just end it, sir. So therefore, sir, while I bring this issues on the floor of the House today, I expect that the government of the day would show to the people of the state that they are a people-friendly government and people who are involved in activities that are not acceptable and not as per law should be brought to book and taken action accordingly. With these few words, I resume my seat. Thank you very much.
Thank you.